If you want to go from part-time web designer with a 9 to 5 to full-time freelancer, I'm going to show you exactly how it looks like. This is the schedule you have to follow for about 6 months to escape your 9 to 5 and build your business. And this is what your life can look like on the other side once you've established your freelance business. All right, so here we have both schedules, okay? Full-time freelancer and then part-time freelancer. And we are going to start with this one, okay? In the case you have a 9 to 5 or you just can't work full-time as a freelancer yet. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone can do it in 6 months. And that's okay. You can stretch it to 12 to 18 months with a lighter schedule. But the principle stays the same. Short-term sacrifice for long-term freedom. All right, I will go through everything, okay, inside of this calendar, but you have to understand that the times can vary depending on, your work or whatever. So feel free to change stuff, but I will just like show you this as an outline or a framework that you can use in order to basically allocate the times and make sure that everything is structured, okay? All right, so if you have a desk job where you are sitting almost like the entire day, you have to work out, okay? And when I say workout, I don't mean you have to go to the gym. You can go to the gym, obviously. It's beneficial, but what I'm talking about is maybe going for a walk, maybe doing some running, some push-ups, yoga, like anything to move a little bit. When people think about exercise, they often think about losing weight, it's good for the heart and all these things. But I read a book called Spark, and that book opened my eyes. Because exercise is not just, to feel healthy, look good, and lose weight. It's also very important for the brain. And if you want to perform on a high level and become a top tier designer, you have to make sure you exercise consistently. So make sure you exercise for 20 to 30 minutes. Light exercise is fine. And even if you exercise for 5 or 10 minutes consistently every day, you will start seeing some results. Trust me, it can change your life. All right, the next thing is looking for inspiration for 30 minutes every single day. And this is something that a lot of designers forget. A lot of designers suffer from constant creative block, okay? They start a design and they don't even know how to continue. That's why observing inspiration every single day is very important. And you can do that by watching design documentaries, going through design books, or visiting websites like Landbook or Search System. I will leave a link in the description with a list of different websites, documentaries, and resources that I regularly go through for inspiration. It's like a live directory because I will keep updating it over time, so make sure you bookmark it. Before we continue, I want you to know that you can organize this however you want, okay? You don't have to work out at 6:30 a.m., okay? It can be later during the day, like whenever you want, but make sure you do it. And that applies to inspiration, deep work, and everything else in the calendar, okay? All right, so the next thing is deep work. And this is basically client work. And if you don't have clients yet, concept projects, everything that you have to do in order to advance, basically. And this should be undistracted, focused work, 100% dedication. No scrolling on social media, not watching like random YouTube videos, none of that. And again, as I said before, it can be like, early in the morning, or it can be like later during the day, but you have to make sure that you block that time. There is this book called Deep Work, and I recommend you to read it because it's going to help you better understand this concept. Now you have to dedicate all these hours to your 9 to 5, unfortunately, okay? So it is what it is, but you will change that. And then after the outreach time, so basically for 1.5 hours every single day, you have to reach out to people because that's the best way to understand your niche and also to get more opportunities. So this is something that you have to do every day, especially when you can only dedicate 1.5 hours per day, okay? In terms of discovery calls with prospects, you have to squeeze them in here, okay? And, calls and meetings are your priority, okay? So make sure you always show up, obviously. And, you have to juggle between outreach and meetings within this time frame. Let's say you have a discovery call with a prospect and it's a 30-minute call. So basically you do outreach for 1 hour and then you have the call. So that's 1 hour and 30 minutes in total. And here's when you can leverage automation, okay? That way you don't have to do all the outreach manually and you will save a lot of time. If you already have a strong portfolio, you should reach out to the 3 power groups: creative agencies, recruiters, and businesses in your niche. I talk about the power groups in detail in this course where I teach you how to get clients, and it's accessible for free on my YouTube channel. So make sure to check it out. No excuses, okay? I will leave a link in the description. So this is what you have to do. If you have a portfolio, reach out to the 3 power groups, okay? If you don't have a portfolio yet, but you have a niche, reach out to people in your niche to gather insights and do research. And if you don't have a niche yet, dedicate this time to researching and choosing your niche. I also have this video here on my channel where I talk about the best and worst niches for web design, so check it out. I will leave a link in the description. Before we continue with the video, I want to invite you to join my next free live masterclass, where I will show you how I went from 0 to 10K months as a freelance web designer, and also teach you live how you can do the same. It's totally free, and all you have to do is go to wdcmasterclass.com and then watch this 1-minute video and sign up right here. Once you are on the page, you can see the date for the next one right here. I will see you there. Let's continue with the video. The next thing is to read, and as you can see here, these are some of my books. And I don't dedicate many hours every day to read, only like 20 to 30 minutes. And the thing is, like, if you do that consistently, only for 20 to 30 minutes every single day, you will read a lot of books and gain a lot of knowledge. And don't just read books just to read books, right? Read books and apply what you learn. Use them. For example, if you are struggling to stay focused, read the book that I recommended you, Deep Work. If you want to better understand how exercise affects your brain, read Spark. So basically, use books, don't just read them. Think about this. If you read only 30 minutes per day, that's 2 to 3 books every single month, okay? And that's 24 to 36 books every single year, which is crazy. Imagine all the new knowledge you would gain. It's worth trying. The next one is community engagement. It can be inside of our community, the Web Designers Collective. And by the way, if you are not a member yet, you can join for free. Go to joinwdc.com, or it could be a different community, okay? Just make sure you basically interact with other designers, other peers every single day. 30 minutes is fine. Talk with other people doing the same thing you are doing, provide value, ask questions, and that's one of the best ways to grow. And then time for unwinding. And here is basically when you relax, have some dinner, and then prepare to go to sleep. And I did not add lunch here because most people that have a 9 to 5 have a lunch break, so it's included here. Same thing with breakfast. You can have breakfast here while absorbing inspiration, or you can have breakfast before working out. That depends on your preference, okay? Or after deep work, that depends on you. And unwinding can also be time with family and friends, whatever you want. And make sure you have a consistent structure every single day, okay? Consistency is key. Now let's talk about the weekend. All right, so the weekends are structured differently. You have to dedicate way more time to do deep work, okay, as you can see here. And then also, to do daily tasks and learning new skills, because you have to continue learning, okay? But during the week is a little bit difficult other than books. So here you can watch courses, like tutorials, like anything, to make sure that you are advancing in terms of skill. Then you can have some rest, have a lunch break, maybe spend some time with family, whatever you want, all right? And then you continue learning and doing daily tasks, okay? Like, and when I say daily tasks, I mean like things that you have to do, like admin things that you have to do for the business, okay? I'm not talking about, doing random stuff. And then just like the other days during the week, unwinding. Basically relax, have some dinner, and then prepare to go to sleep. And I know that this is a lot of work. It is very intense, but you are chasing your dreams. Some people will see this and will be like, oh, this is a lot of work. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to my 9 to 5. And then some other people will be pumped and they are like, I cannot wait to start working. And that's the difference between people that will stay forever stuck in a 9 to 5 and then people that will accomplish their dreams. Before we move to the full-time freelancer calendar, let's briefly talk about vacations. So basically, when you have a 9 to 5, you have vacations whenever you can. All right, so now let's go through the full-time freelancer calendar. And here is where you want to be, all right? This is the position you want to be in, okay? So basically you can have free weekends, you have more free time, you can have vacations practically whenever you want. This is the freelancer's dream. As you can see, the weekdays are very similar, okay? But you can get way more done. The structure is similar, but the hours you dedicate working on your business are way more than like the hours you can dedicate if you have a 9 to 5. That's obvious. And also, as I mentioned before, you have more time, more free time during the weekends, okay? So basically you can enjoy quality time with your family, with your friends. You can do, other activities, whatever. So make sure you rest, okay? Otherwise you will burn out very quickly. And when you start feeling overwhelmed because you have so many projects, that's when you should start an agency. I also have this video on my channel where I talk about the different paths you can follow in order to achieve financial freedom. Whether if you want to build an agency or you want to build a business, like another business or whatever, and eventually retire. I explain everything. Check it out. The link is in the description. I will leave a link in the description as well with both these calendars, okay? So it's basically a Figma file. And all you have to do is basically go to Google Calendar and taking the calendars as reference, you build your own calendar. And then here also on my channel, I have this other video where I show you basically how to set up all these tools like the Google Calendar, Trello, time tracking and all these things, how to basically like organize inspiration, everything. You will find the link in the description as well. So as I showed you, it's totally possible to become a full-time freelance designer, even if you have a 9 to 5. You can escape. With proper guidance, hard work, focus, and dedication, you can achieve your dreams. And whenever you feel overwhelmed or you feel like, oh, this is a lot of work, that's how it's supposed to be. And that's why a lot of people give up. But if you get past that, your life can change forever. And remember, if you are serious about becoming a successful freelance designer, don't forget to join my next free live masterclass. Go to wdcmasterclass.com and sign up. It's totally free. And you will have the opportunity to ask questions as well. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.